Hi, my name is Dr. Subira, and we're here in Dallas, Texas. Sisters in the Light. That's the first project that I have. And actually, that was birthed after the birth of my son, about 2005, since 2005. Actually, it's been simmering within me for a long time. And after the birth of my son, I felt like something else was, it was a void. I felt like something else needed to be a birth. I wasn't completely filled. I remember several times, years before my children were born, which my daughter was born in 2003. So years before that, different periods in my life when I feel down or I'm having the challenges, it's like I would get on the computer and start typing, I should be doing something. And I start typing up this program that I want to have about healing women through emotional problems. And I can look back on my computer and on my little disc that I have, and I can see 3 different programs that I've began, but they wasn't ready to be birthed yet. They wasn't ready. So I took myself on a 21-day fast. And out of that fast, immediately the words Sisters in the Light appeared. And it all came to me that through the years it's been simmering for me to help women on a spiritual, physical, and a mental level. So Sisters in the Light are women who are in the light to better themselves, basically, to better themselves. I remember I gathered 7 women together. We had a board meeting. And I'm sitting in this board meeting, I'm like, wow. After the board meeting, I'm saying, they bought into this. So I knew there was a need for Sisters in the Light because women are looking for something, togetherness, to get back to themselves. There's something that needs to be told. And that's the story, and that's where it began. And from there, I've completed all my wellness education. I became a naturopathic doctor, iridologist, and now I have my own wellness center where I'm just helping people to discover themselves, just to recognize that they are someone as well. They can do whatever they choose to do in life. To the teens, we have a teen girls program. So to the teens, oh, wow. We have today's teens are very fiery, but at the same time, they need to be directed in the correct direction. So we just use different, just life experiences. We look at different people's lives. Do little exercise and things like that. We use real people's lives. People that can come in and actually talk about where they've been and where they are now. It's an ongoing thing. Growing up with low self-esteem, and I used to always watch TV and watch different women. I want to be like, this is the type of woman I want to be. I want to be a career woman. And so I started to visualize what I wanted to be and how I wanted to project out to the world. And so I started surrounding myself. I started reading about different women. And one of the women that are very strong for me is Harriet Tubman. I look at her motivation, I look at her strength, and that's my strength. What we have done is created a mentoring program where we have 5 sisters who would actually take on 5 girls in the same community. So when these 5 girls are witnessed by other girls in the community to see them doing things, having better things, doing what they're supposed to do, they can say, well, the questions come up. Oh, this is Sisters in the Light. Oh, this is the same organization that you reneged or didn't want to be a part of. So now they see this. So we had to go through the back door. That's simply it, because it was really a struggle trying to get the girls to participate on their own will without any kind of motivation from their parents or anyone else. When I began to start working with teens, I noticed that when I began to bring that information to help asking women to help, they don't want to work with the teens because they're afraid. But when you get in with them, you see that the children really, really need, and they look forward, and they're hungry, and they're thirsting for whatever you have to give them. And they come and say, my mother told me the same thing. So they're hearing it from another person or another woman that makes it better for them to understand and to gravitate further. I remember we had a room full of girls, about 18 girls. There was one girl, she stood up first. She had such low self-esteem. When she stood up, her head went down to the floor. And she said, my name is such and such. At the end of the program, she was the one who finished. To this day, she's in college and far beyond the other girls who you would think it would progress, but she had really, I mean, I saw it really change in her. She calls me every now and then, but I'm really, really proud of her. My legacy, I want my legacy to be to my children and to the world, that we are much more than we think we are, and that we are spiritual beings first. That's first what we are, and not to get trapped into the physical body and the things that we see every day. Just passing on where we should be or who we should be becoming in life. And that's most important, our spiritual growth in life. And our life is a lesson. And each situation that we come across, whether we're a parent, a teacher, those are lessons for us to become the higher of ourselves. So that's the legacy I like to leave for the world. They know that Mom is on a go, and I tell them we are helping people, and this is the thing that we have to do. We've been charged we're charged when we have good minds, good bodies, good spirits, we're charged to give back to the community. They have to be quiet. They have to be quiet. They have to make a conscious decision that I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to listen to the universe for what I'm supposed to be doing, because we all have a purpose. And as long as we are doing everything else and we're fighting everything else and we don't know and we feel trapped or whatever the situation is, you have to say, okay, what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. And you have to consciously make a decision. I'm going to be quiet for a certain amount of time. And you just do that. And you just do that. If you can just help one person, because when you help one person, you help many, many, many people.